Okay guys, I found a bug. It's not really much of a bug. Rather, it's actually just a logic error. I didn't add the monster in the list of enemies, so how is this being stupid? Okay, now let's check it out. Whoa, what's going on? Oh, these... What? Why are they falling out? What? What's going on? Why? Hi, how's it going? Hey, how are you? Hello. Hi. Ah! What do you want from me, dude? Whoa, what? Why did they fall out of the platform? Why did that happen? Oh no, oh no, oh no! Come on, let's go! Okay, let's see what's going on. Why, they are being updated. Oh, I see. I am so stupid. I am so retarded. Right, so the problem is... This is what the problem is. Okay, now... We're gonna update their motion state. So... Okay, this is update their combat state. Okay, now, what we're gonna do is if target is not equal to null, okay, if target dot location dot and you know what we're gonna do with this? So we're actually going to update motion state, and then for this one we're going to update combat state, and make sure this is protected. We're in monster, by the way. So let's create these two methods. Come on. No. So that the subclasses can override these things if they don't like the current AI. So these are actually AIs, you know? The artificial intelligence. This is where you script things. I mean, this is where I script things. Okay. Now, what we're gonna do is, if target is not equal to null, we have to set our face state equal to now our target dot location dot x is greater than or equal to our location dot x. If it's greater than, so we're going to be facing right. So face state dot face right. else left. Okay. Let's set our now in update combat state. We're actually going to set this to idle, our motion state. So horizontal motion state dot equals if we overlap, so idle, so that we're not going to be moving around. Okay, and in here we're just going to set our horizontal motion state to moving. Okay, now yeah, and this should be sufficient enough. And let's check it out. And they're falling out of the map. I wonder why. Why were they falling out the map? I don't understand why. I mean, we're using the same platform detection algorithm. You know what? We're not going to stop after all. And what we're going to do is go to our cute monster sprite and 1 second. Okay, you know what? I have to apologize to you guys. If you guys go to HUD simple, it actually doesn't have to be Nekko. It could be actor that we pass in here, and the correct method calls will still be called. What I mean by this is that if we put actor over here, okay, so player is now an actor. Well, if we call player.jump, let's go over here, and if we call player.jump, what's going to happen? Are we going to call the actor's jump method, or are we going to call our Nekko's jump method? Let's see. Now, what's going to end up happening is actually we're going to call our Nekko's jump method, not the actor, because we're assigning a Nekko to an actor. So this actor object, I'm guessing, is keeping reference to what type of object it is. So this actor is a Nekko object. Therefore, whenever we call the actor's jump method, we're not going to call the actor's jump method because our Nekko overrides the actor's jump method. So we're going to call the Nekko's jump method, if that made any sense at all. But if we call this over here and we run it, it still calls our Y, because if we take a look at where at our HUD, we're passing in our HUD UI a Nekko player. But what if we change this to an actor? Again, I don't think it matters, because don't do what I'm doing right now, by the way, because I'm gonna undo whatever I'm doing. It still doesn't matter, because see, we're still calling the Nekko's jump method, not the actor's jump method, because the Nekko overrode the jump method, because when we declared our HUD, remember, if we go back to our KF Nekko class, we passed in a player. A player is a Nekko. However, if we say that this is actor, it still doesn't matter. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. As a matter of fact, do what I'm doing right now because we're going to actually keep it. Right? So, in our HUD input processor, even if this is an actor, and we save an actor over here, it doesn't matter. So we're gonna need to import the actors manually. And then even in the simple attack manager, which expects a Nekko, it doesn't matter, it can just take in an actor. And I'm assuming this will all still work the same way. Right? So I guess the lesson learned here is that, so we're gonna keep what we did. We're not gonna undo them. Okay, so I guess the quick lesson here is that one second. And I guess I'm learning something new every day. And it's all thanks to this. So I guess with the act of assigning our player a Nekko, even though our player is an actor, it's gonna save the information that it's not just an actor, it's also a Nekko. And it's gonna save that information even though we pass it and the HUD expects an actor, yet our player is not just an actor, but still our player is also a Nekko. So whatever methods our Nekko overrides from our actor, that's the method that we're going to use. Even though in here we say that, well, I'm going to call our actor's jump method, but hey, wait a minute. Our even though we didn't explicitly say that we're going to call our Nekko's jump method, we're going to call our actor's jump method because this player is not just an actor, it is a Nekko. So if that made any sense, again, I'm not one to give a Java. This is not a Java tutorial, so please don't take my word for it. Whatever I'm saying is just my stipulation of what happened from experience. So yeah. Anyways, let's keep whatever changes we made. And that just goes to show that Java's pretty amazing. Object-oriented programming is pretty amazing. So let's go back to Monster. Okay, and now what we're gonna do is let's debug this. Why are they falling out the map? Look, see, they fell. Look at that. I'm wondering why though. And what we're gonna do is set our cute monster. Go to our cute monster sprite, and we're gonna set our animation delay on combat state, make it 8, and vertical motion state, make it also 8, and for horizontal motion state, make it 8, and for 6 and 12 if on a slope, and maybe 16 while idle. And let's say 16 here as well. Attack, let's say 12. I'm just guessing around with these numbers. Looks good. Now I'm wondering why these guys on the right is gonna fall off the map. Watch. Whoa, no, they didn't. Why were those things falling out the map? I don't understand. Oh, I just fell out the map. You see that? Interesting. This is very interesting. Why did that happen? It just fell out the map. Oh man, what's going on? Whoa, what's going on, guys? What's going on? This doesn't happen in Heroes of a Lost World. Something is going on wrong. Something's wrong. So, it's like when I'm attacking or something. Alright, you know what I'm gonna do, guys? I'm gonna spend some time debugging this and find out why they're falling out the platform. And these guys are not supposed to be stopping, but before I pause the video, let's go to our monsters. And on update motion state, it's gonna be state moving, that's right. So why is it stopping? What is set combat state to? Okay, I see now. Alright, so what we're gonna do is, I guess it's a thing with location. Right here. Cannot attack and walk / move run at the same time while on a platform. Okay. So I guess what we're gonna do is remove this. Yeah, we're gonna remove this. So I'm in a location, we're gonna, on update, we're gonna remove this thing over here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to our Nekko, KF Nekko, and sorry, not KF Nekko, but Nekko, our actor. And what we're gonna do is on update, so we're gonna override the update method. Which is what? Location.update. Right. And what we're gonna do is do it before super.update. So in here, we're gonna set our speed to 0 and location dot on platform and location dot speed dot x speed equals 0. Alright, and that should be it. Let's close this and let's check it out. Okay, good. Why are they falling out the map? Like, I don't see a problem with my implementation. I mean, these guys don't fall out the map, but the rest of them did. Oh, and make sure that we set, go to Nekko, and we set our to idle as well. Sorry, I meant to say so horizontal motion state. And in our HUD, wait a minute, let me run that again. Right, because it's forced moving, okay. No, this is good enough. Alright. So yeah, I'll be back once I finish debugging why these monsters are falling out the map. Alright? I'll see you guys then. Alright guys, I found the source of our problems. We didn't program anything incorrectly. As a matter of fact, we programmed everything so correctly that if we had anything wrong with our assets, the size of our assets, there's going to be some stuff that's going to happen that's wrong. Well, let me come back to this. But first, let's fix a couple of issues that I found while browsing the code. In here, in map piece generator .init, there's something very important that we need to do. We need to remove this check right over here. Why? Because on the Android, what's going to happen is even if we destroy the application, like we end the application, what's going to happen is that the tiles will still not be null. Okay, when we end the application, since this is static, even if we end this application in the Android, it's not guaranteed that we force, like, you know, when you go to your Android and you force stop, Like you go to your apps and then manage apps, and then you click an app, and then it's still running even though you closed it, right? Sometimes the app is still running even though you closed it. Well, it's because the Android decides when it calls on destroy. But really, when we kill an application, not for stopping, but when we hit the back key, you would think that the application ended, but no, it's actually still in the stop method, in the stop life cycle phase, in the stop phase of the Android life cycle, meaning that the static variables, they're still alive. So when we recreated everything, this thing tiles equals null, it's not null, and therefore our our uh, our tiles did not contain the correct atlas region information, because what happens is LibGDX. I don't want to have to explain this, but just trust me. Alright, fine. Let me try and explain. LibGDX. I don't know if it releases all of the resources when you close the application, when you pause or stop the application. Not shut it down, but stop the application. It releases the resources, and I guess it reloads the resources, meaning it reloads a new instance of the resource. So what happens is the atlas regions related to this atlas no longer exist. So we need to refresh that. And if this isn't here, what's going to happen is you're going to see a lot of blocks. Instead of you're just going to see black quads. That's all you're going to see. If this is what's in here. Now this only happens on the Android, but on the desktop where everything is run by a virtual machine, and when you shut down the virtual machine, everything is shut down. Blah 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 blah. Anyways, just trust me on this. Remove the check right over here, and just let's reload the tiles regardless. Okay, that's one issue that I found. Another issue is if we go to our cute monster sprite, I mean. So go to a cute monster sprite, and our animation delay, just decrease this to 10, and animation delay attack, decrease it to 8, and then horizontal motion state, decrease it to decrease this to 10 and decrease this to 5. And if it's idle, I guess decrease it to 10. It's a little too much. It's too slow. Alright. That's not the issue, by the way. And for this one, so we're going to make these static because do we want to make them static? Do we want to make them static? No, never mind. Never mind. Don't make them static. So there's nothing wrong here. Location, there's nothing wrong with our platform detection at all. As a matter of fact, it's perfect. But let's see, what else do I have in mind? No, don't make it static. But let me show you why it's happening. It's happening here. This is the magic thing over here. Okay, what's happening is that if we clean our project and lost focus. Alright, if we run this, if we take a look at what's going to happen, now, as you can see right here, this monster right here is still in state idle, right? So, it's an idle. Now, if we move in within its aggro range, it's going to change its state, its combat state, to it's going to change its state to moving, right? Because right now it's idle, and it's going to change it to moving. Now I guarantee you that this one over here is gonna fall off the map. Watch this. Fall off the map. Now, why did it happen? It's because of this over here. It took me 5 minutes. It took me a long time to figure this out. But if you take a look, we're switching the current texture, and we're setting our rectangle based on the current texture, which might not be guaranteed to have the same height. And that's exactly where the problem is. Now, if we go to our Nekko resources and take a look at Cute Monster right here, pay attention to the dimensions. We're going from state idle, so where is it? Idle, which has what? Which has dimensions 60, so the height is 64. Idle, the idle loop has height 64. But then it goes through what? From idle to moving. Guess what the dimensions of Cute Monster move is? It's not 64. It is 72. So that's where the problem is. And from moving to this, meaning we subtract more, right? So if we are already on a platform and we suddenly subtract more from the y, what's going to happen? Next thing you know, we're going to be below the platform, and then we just pass the platform. So a simple fix is we can either do it programmatically, or we can do it manually by modifying our resources so that all of these things have the same dimensions, and that goes for the width as well. So I'm going to pause the video right here, and I'm going to make sure that all of these things have the same dimensions to avoid that. And I'll be right back. Might take me a little bit, but I'll be right back in a couple of minutes. I'll do it quickly as possible. All right. Okay, guys, I've finished finally making everything the same sizes, the dimensions. I fixed them. Now, all of the Cute Monster dimensions are 64 by 72. Okay. Also, I've also fixed the offsets for my cat. Nekko has 60 by 60, all of them. So there's no variation. Alright, now we're going to pack everything in and cross our fingers because, well, we don't have to cross our fingers because I know that's what the problem was. Because this is my game, I know everything about it. Alright. Alright, now it should work. Alright, check this out. Now let's just put a little comment here and say that all textures must have same dimensions. All sprites. Okay, now let's run this. And voila. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And now we're ready for a fighting game. I'm sorry, I'm so unprofessional right now. Okay, we're not actually done yet with our monster. See, what we want to do is see the way they're like in our center. Well, that's no problem, but what the problem is, they're following us all the way. So what we're gonna do is go to our monsters And yeah, it's already 11 p.m. So I've been coding for 16 hours. But that's okay. That's okay. It's all worth it. It is all worth it. And let's see. It's 11:40 p.m. So we still have the entire day tomorrow and the entire day on Monday. I believe that I can finish this by tomorrow before midnight. And yeah, we should be finished by tomorrow. So I can't wait for that. One second. Let me just play my music. Alright, so let's go on our monster over here. What we're gonna do is our aggro range. No. So go to our maps. And the aggro range is a little too much. So what we're gonna do is, and their speed is a little too much, so make it like 4. All right. Now the aggro range. The aggro range shouldn't be 240. It should be a quarter. So let's just say 100, right? Okay. Now what we're gonna do is on the monsters, if we don't have a target, so update motion state right here, else if not combat state but motion state, else horizontal motion state equals idle. Now let's check it out. And as you can see, it doesn't look correctly because I messed up the sprite when I was fixing the dimensions. But you know that those are just art. You can always fix it later. Okay, now what we want to do is we don't want to set this to idle. Okay, we're actually going to do something different. But for the motion state, what we're going to do is, now regardless of whether our target is null or not, what we're going to do is we're going to check if we're still inside our motion range. So other than the aggro range, we're going to have a motion range. Okay, let's go to our maps and add that in. Now let's say our motion range is only half of the map. Let's say 240.0f. Now what this motion range is, let me just show you. Remember, we have two things. We have aggro range and we have motion range. Okay, so says, whoops. All right, so let's say we have a motion range of, well, remember we said that we have an aggro range of 100. So this is what we're doing. This is our aggro range. Okay, that is our aggro range. Now, ugh, one second, I'm having technical difficulties. Okay, so what's happening is, if we are inside this motion range, if our center X position is inside our motion range, what's going to happen is, let me just create a new layer. So if we're inside our motion range, this monster is going to detect that, oh, hey, you're inside my, sorry, not motion range, but aggro range. So what this monster is going to do is it's going to detect, wait a minute, you're inside my aggro range. So you know what? I'm angry now. I'm going to chase after you. So he's going to start chasing after us, right? But only to a certain extent. So he's only going to chase us to a certain extent in the map. We're also going to have this thing called motion range. Oh, I can't draw a line for my life. Say this is our motion range. Okay, so what's going to happen is, all right, so in the beginning, the monster is just going to be roaming around its motion range, right? So what's going to happen is, let's just merge down, sorry. Okay, so what's going to happen is, this monster is going to be roaming the map. Okay, he's going to keep moving, only up to this point. It can't go any farther than this motion range, right? And this motion range is decided upon the initial X, the starting X position. And what's going to happen when it reaches the left side, right? It's just going to turn around and then going to start going the other way, right? Until it goes over here, and then it's going to turn around, and then it's just going to roam the map within the motion range. And if we aggro it, sorry, if we inside its aggro range, so it's going to be aggroed. So it's going to turn around and it's going to chase after us. Okay, but if we run away, going over here, even though we're still inside its aggro range, it can't chase us any further because it can't get out of this motion range. And this will prevent monsters from just clamping up. So like if there's 50 monsters in the map, this will prevent them from being in one spot at the same time, which is crazy. It's gonna give us lag spikes, and it's gonna get you killed right away. So, all right. So that's what we're gonna that's what we're gonna do. Hope you guys got that. It's not. It's very simplistic. It's very naive. But again, rapid prototyping. Okay. So, regardless, what's gonna happen is now, if our location dot x is less than or equal to the initial x position, so we need to save that initial. So we're just going to call it origin x. And we're going to say that origin x is the initial location. Now, if our location x is less than the origin x minus the motion range, and just remember to switch it, or sorry, if it's less than that, say less than, or do we have motion range? Yes, we do. Just copy this, or if it's greater than origin x plus motion range, the right side, all we're going to do is if our face state is equal to face state dot left, we're going to set our face state to right. Otherwise, it's equal to right, in which case we're just going to flip our, we're just going to negate our face state so that we turn in the other direction. And that's really it. Okay, so they're going to chase after us, but only to a certain extent. So now, whoa, what's going on? See that? It's not perfect, but it works. So look at these guys. What a bunch of morons. I don't know what that was about. What? Hey, hey! Idiot, come face me. What? This guy's like moonwalking. What are you guys doing? What are you doing? You! I'm talking to you! Okay, there's one more thing. Let's add in more checks here. Or our location x, our center x location, is less than 25 for the map. So say 12.0 f, or our location.x is well, let's just say 20. Make it 30 for the 30 x location in the scene. X is greater than the kf Nekko dot map dot width minus 30.0f. We're going to turn around. Okay, now look at these guys. What? They're still going after me. What a bunch of morons. Hey, come over here. Look at them. What are you? What a bunch of idiots. Hey, can you properly please chase after me? Come on, what are you doing? Ah! I told you. Hey, what are you doing? You idiots! Ah, damn it! What's going on with you guys? Bunch of idiots. Look at you. What are you moonwalking now? I kill all of you. I will beat all of you to a pulp later on. You will see. You're all going down. You're all gonna be flying around. Huh! It's gonna be fun. I already have sound effects. I already found sound effects for the punches. Anyways, I'm gonna pause the video here and just debug this, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys. I haven't debugged it, but I went to Open Game Art, and I saw that Dog Chicken again made me very impressed. He made these effects. Check it out. So I can't help but, hey, we gotta use this, right? He provided us with this, so we gotta use it. Okay, so what's gonna happen is, for now, remember how we had this thing? Hold on. Our like Hadouken, right? So that's gonna be an effect. It's gonna be a projectile effect. But before we do that, let's finish up this cute monster, and then we'll get to it, right? It's pretty exciting stuff. Let me just download this right now. Wait, what is this? It's amazing. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, so we're just gonna download the shot effect. This guy is freaking awesome, dude. Oh yeah. All right. And then we're gonna do these later as more moves. All right. But for now, let's just add that in first. Before we add that in again, let's fix this first. I haven't fixed it yet, but I'll do that right now, and then I'll be right back once I fixed it. Oh, you know what? Before I forget, let's do this. All right. Let's make it so that let's go to our combat state. I'm really excited right now. What we're gonna do is all of the melee attacks is gonna be AOE. So this is gonna be AOE. AOE. All melee attacks are AOE. Okay? All melee attacks are AOE. and make this spin 2 damage. Alright, so far all we have are AoE attacks because they're all melee attacks. We're going to have projectile attacks, which is only single target. So what we're going to do here is let's go to our Nekko sprite. Alright, said that this is going to be 2 for spin, and they're all going to be AoE attacks. Except one, which is going to be the projectile attacks. Where is it? Effects, states, combat state. The power shot is going to be a it's going to be a projectile. Okay. This is true. Power shot is going to be false. Damage is going to be 3. However, what we're going to need to do is we're going to have a to-do in here. To-do launch projectile. Again, set everything to true. Okay. Alright, I'll be right back once I fix this problem that we're having, which is these guys are being stupid. Look at them. Look at these guys over here. Look, moonwalking. What a bunch of idiots. Ah, stupid guys. So this is going to be for punch attacks, right? This is going to be for kick attacks. This is going to be for... I'm guessing we're going to make this one for jump attacks. No, this is for jump attacks, right? And now this is going to be for projectile attacks. We're going to replace what we have here with projectile attacks. We have that already. Alright, so let's just put a to-do here and make sure that we have a projectile. This is attack 1. This is going to be projectiles, meaning that if we go to our HUD, not HUD, but HUD UI, HUD simple. So attack 1 is input left. So in our input, simple attack manager, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that left, we're going to do left. To do input left make into projectile attacks. And let's see here. Let's see. So if input left is going to be projectile attacks, we're going to have then 1-2 combo round kick. What are we going to do with our two-sided attack? Oh, maybe two-sided attack can still be also. No. It's still no. Never mind. Oh, we're going to put two-sided attack, and we're going to, instead of power shot over here, because it doesn't belong here, so input right, we're going to replace the power shot with a two-sided attack. That is input right, the very last one. So two-sided attack, there we go. Alright, ready. Now this is going to be a to-do. Right? Okay. We're going to do that, but not now. We need to first finish this monster. And again, I'll be right back once I debug this and get it working properly.